Hello, hello, my lovely League audience. Alright, we're gonna be stepping up in the jungle. Finally, a jungle game. And we're gonna be going Ekko in the jungle. Ekko is so fun. Never play a character in the jungle that doesn't scream to you, hey, that is fun. Lately I was getting a lot of support roles, and the reason because of that is of the prime and the secondary selection screen when you go into, before you go into the queue for a game. I would select secondary as my support and primary as my jungle, but the secondary was gotten so much that I'd never get a jungle position. So I set secondary to bottom, and I've had to play a few bottoms, but gotta play those bottoms. But on the average, I seem to get at least 50% of one of the two, maybe a little more jungle. Because bot lane is in higher demand than support. Support probably is in the least demand. We're gonna ask for some help from the Irelia. Hopefully she'll stay a while. Alright. Better leash than my last game. Alright. Alright, so we didn't get any help from Irelia, but that's alright. It can go that way with the jungle Shako. Now with the Irelia, she actually, unfortunately, she got a taste of her own medicine, not being able to help me. But that's not something you want to communicate to your, It's not something you want to communicate towards your... towards your teammates, your animosity towards them. You can certainly think whatever you want. But you also have to take into account that Shakos are kind of like that. Now we're just gonna get vision. The Shaco's actually pretty pretty scared of us, actually. Alright. Now Shaco's in this area. So bot lane should be careful. And there he is. Pretty predictable. These guys did just fine against the Shako. I would assume that the Shako is still in this area, though. So we're going to be getting the tracker's knife and a vision ward, and I head back into lane. Now, see, there's Shako. I played enough support bot lane to have like a idea of where people are, or at least, you know, you should be careful, you know. The times where you should be careful, yeah. Now I'm gonna put that defensive ward right there. Because the way I figured, if I put it there, the Shako, he's got, he has a timer on, he knows the timer on that. Alright.
There are limits. I haven't found them yet.
Just gonna soak up a little experience, but they'll know that I'm in this half of the map.
Never had luck. Never needed it.
I'm gonna throw a ward over to the wolves. How you know where, how you get an idea of where Shako is you ward his camps rather than the entrances. So that's good that he hasn't killed those guys, because now bot lane will be able to tell if Shako is on their side, and hopefully they would take precaution. If he is on that side. Gonna pop a pot. There's Shako in the mid lane. It's gonna pick up that kill. We're not gonna worry about that Shako, he's just gonna teleport back. And the good thing about that is we're gonna get our blue, and Shako's gonna have to go back. Irelia just picked up a kill on the Renekton. So that's nice.
I'd rather make mistakes than make nothing at all.
So,
Every rule needs a break.
let's see. It's wise to hang out for a bit. What the hell? I screwed that up. That's alright. Now there's Shako. There's the Shako we all know and love. He's gonna be picking up his blue and making his way down the bot side. Alright, so we're gonna go back. We're just gonna warn of Shako in the area. I don't know if he's there for sure. We're gonna get runic echoes. We're gonna grab another vision ward. See, there's Shako. What did I say? See, so those wards, they help to figure out where he was. And it looks like, looks like Ezreal. Alright. So, Shako just finished.
No one keeps me down.
Dragons, so we're going to be warding the areas where we think he will show up. Alright, so I didn't get to Shako. I was surprised by that for sure. But that's quite alright. Gonna get some boots. But they're still gonna know where Shako is. The whole idea behind laying that.
Back to going forward. Progress doesn't belong to one city.
Alright. So we're going to push mid since
An enemy has been slain.
we're not going to push it anymore since he's coming back to lane. Alright. So we're going to ward his red. Should be coming up at some point. I'm experiencing a little lag. Thank goodness I'm not in a fight. Alright. I'm gonna throw a so that's going to be Renekton.
Shut down.
Doubt me.
I'm going to throw a ward over here because that's where Shako will go. Yeah, he's a little too fixed in there. Gonna ward right here because that's a possible Shako location. So really, the wards are doing most work. Making those words do the work for us.
Progress doesn't belong to one single.
Alright, so it looks like Irelia. There we go. Little sneaky. Alright, we're gonna get the... Should be able to get the tower. Or... just in a bit here. Wait for that. Alright. So there's Shako at his, See, nobody's touched that right there. Nice. I'm not gonna go after the dragon just yet. Alright, they're gonna be going after dragon. I'm gonna go back. And we're gonna get Dead Man's Plate because it's an awesome item that works with Ekko. We're gonna build, once we have the runic echoes, we are going to get tanky. More utility, rather.
Things aren't gonna do themselves.
And there's a lot of action happening.
Ally has been slain.
So let's see if we can... Alright, there we go.
An enemy has been slain. You have slain an enemy.
Oh, I killed somebody? How? What? How is that possible? Hmm. There we go. I may not be able to see him, but that doesn't matter. Looks like I inadvertently... Oh, can I live? No, I can't live! Alright. Let's see. What do I want? Boots? Let's get some lucidity boots. And I kind of want more survivability. So let's, is that Ezreal mid? Yep. So we're gonna get that. This is an awesome build. Ekko is also a champion that, much like Diana, he can go well against Whoa, this guy. I think he's done. Yep. He can go well against, like, AP champions. Like, you can build him in such a way that he's great versus AP champions. Okay, while they're chasing Irelia down there, we're gonna be getting a little damage off on the tower. Stealing some. Huh! All right, so
An ally has been slain. Enemy double kill. An ally has been slain.
all right. Now, is Shako dead? No, he's not. Nice.
Back to going forward.
So look how useful it is to be able to, there we go, to chase people with old dead man's plate. We could actually do Baron. Is that too, There we go. Let's see if I can get him in the alt.
I owe them nothing.
Alright, they're not going for it. Oh, nice. Nice little pull there. We're going to be getting the Shako down there. But we're going to be sneaky about it, because he's going to try to disappear and whatnot. He was just deleted. Alright, so we probably should go after dragons.
Haven't found them
Alright, and Ezreal used his ultimate already, so we don't have to worry about that. I'm gonna grab that. Should we grab a Lich Bane? I feel like I want more survivability. I can really just, yeah, so let's go for a Guardian Angel.
I'd rather make mistakes.
I feel like I have plenty of damage. Now, the, oh, there he is. Oh, poor guy.
Zaun is the future.
Just gonna throw some wards out.
Never look back.
We're gonna leave that there for now because there's nobody mid to push. Alright, so Shako is pushing bottom.
Quit until it's right.
And throw some wards out on this side. Maybe I can actually catch Renekton. Oh no, he's not going to be caught. So certainly, let's see if I can chase the... Throw a ward over there.
All out.
Now they've got two guys dead. Ah. You got it, Irelia. Oh, you got it! You got it, girl! Okay, well, I meant leave, but okay. Oh, nice. Nice. I was gonna say to Vayne, take the high road, but she got both roads. Alright, so... they're all dead. So Nid up in... So whenever you're dead, yeah, they should leave because he can, you know, Twitch can just appear out of nowhere and be like, hi, because that's exactly what he does.
I finish what I started.
so we're gonna throw a ward on this side. Hopefully we'll be able to catch someone.
Things aren't gonna improve.
Shako or somebody. How fast we are. Alright, so 850. There we go. I'm gonna head. Well, we don't need to head back. But we are looking for a nice, juicy twitch. Now, which way could he be going? Oh, he's going the other way.
An enemy has been slain.
Tomorrow's the best.
Ally has been slain.
Alright, so we're not actually. Adios! That felt good! Alright, so I feel like more defensive stuff. So let's what the Shako's got. Okay, we're gonna go. He's got a critical hit build, so we're gonna go right. Gonna go right for the money with some Randuin's Omen. It doesn't seem like the Renekton can do anything versus the Irelia. Or yeah, we can't. I don't think we can end just yet, can we? Huh. Oh my goodness.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Easy peasy, baby. So, goodness gracious. Well, I'm kind of wondering how that Shako even got there. Okay, so he vanished, and then he used his clone to go that way. The mind games. Alright, so let's do a little item analysis. Once Ekko gets Runic Echoes, I feel like it's pretty much the only AP item that you need, because what you want to do is you want to use his abilities and then want to get in and get out of the situation. Unless you're really confident and you're ahead. We were ahead, but I don't feel like so much, and I'm not that confident with Ekko. So after I get a nice beefy item like this, you get some survivability, and you use your abilities, you use them, and you get out. And the great thing about his passive allows him this really great movement speed buff, so you can get out of a situation quickly, kind of like a Jinx ultimate. Jinx passive, when she kills somebody, she gets that boost of speed. So then you can get out, and then choose a time to get back in. So for me, Runic Echoes, and then Abyssal Scepter will add a bit of more ability power, but it is more magic resist, and so it'll help with the rest of the team too. Nidalee was the only person that did even a little. Well, okay, no, Ezreal. Okay, Ezreal and Nidalee. And even if they just had one person and it was Nidalee, I would be fine with getting the Abyssal Scepter. Maybe I would have changed my mind if it was just Nidalee and she was just a support Nidalee. But she still does some damage, and because she throws spears at everybody, the Abyssal Scepter is going to help the party. Afterwards, Boots of Lucidity is going to help. Again, if you're more utility oriented or you're more damage oriented, you want to get, let's say you're more damage oriented, get those penetration. But utility means more survivability, your cooldowns are going to come up. So utility, more survivability, I think is less risky rather than the Sorcerer's Shoes, where if you get a kill, you will do a lot of damage. But as you you saw me kill that Twitch, I think with a 3-hit combo or something. He was evaporated, man, because of the Luden's Echo and how it gains charges when you hit someone like an ADC with a full charge. Their HP is gone. That's the sound of HP gone. Alright, so Irelia, looks like standard stuff from Irelia. This is really nice stuff. The Frozen Heart to counter Twitch and the various, and Shako. A lot of them were using attack speed to help them out. It's going to hurt Renekton. This item hurts him a lot. This item hurts him a lot. This gives her speed. She's got health. And check out their build. Like, she's going for armor and health, but where's their thing to deal with giants? The Giant Slayer or something. The item to deal with large health minions. Now, I can understand that Twitch may not have been able to get to that point because of the 4 and 9. But I feel like the Shako was making plays on the map, and I think he got a first kill in the top lane, the top lane, and that was like, oh no, like this Shako is gonna ruin us. But you don't even need to duel Shako, because a lot of times Shako has the advantage because he's got his stealth and he can get the first hit. And usually when the first hit means, oh, you're the person who's going to die or something like that. Ekko, you've got some really interesting skill sets where you can get your life back. It just so happens because my guardian angel saved my life and I was able to get a kill because of that. So there's the difference between utility and damage. I was able to not only survive, but I was able to dole out the damage when my cooldowns came back. And then I just ulted him because I don't know exactly where he is, so I'm just going to ult him, and he's going to be in my bubble trying to kill me. But let's say not to go too far off point. Mobility, great item, health, armor, health. This helps mobility too because it slows down opponents, and it helps with critical strike. Great item. This is useful against their Shako and their Twitch. And then Trinity Forest for some survivability, some critical strikes, so some damage, and you will stick to people because you get passive. If you read the passive, basic attacks grant 20% or 20 movement speed for 2 seconds. So you hit, you move, you hit, you move. You'll keep catching up to your guys. And Irelia naturally, I think her passive W, and when it's active, the passive does healing, meaning every time you hit, you heal, and when you activate it, you actually heal double or something like a lot. So she's got nice sustain. The Nautilus looks like Raynoon's Own, great pick for the Twitch that's building Infinity Edge and Runaan's Hurricane critical strike gear. Balmy Ascender for the close quarters situation, so if he's surrounded by people, he can constantly do magic damage. The Banshee's Veil, so he's not caught. That's a fine item. Even if he could have gone for a different item, that's fine, I think. He could have gone for a shield of Aegeus, and that would have been fine also. Because I don't think Nautilus needs to worry too much about him getting hooked, because no one really, unless he's being ridiculous and trying to solo people, he doesn't need this item. But it's fine, it works. Gaius of the Legion might have been a better pick. Alright, so Zed, let's see, the Zed got a Mortal Reminder. That's the inflicted wounds, so he can, so his people can't heal. Probably the Ezreal was getting away with a lot of close calls because of his heals. More Maw the Malmortius to deal with Ezreal, and the Bloodthirster for survivability, and the classic Ghost Blade on Zed. Now, a lot of times you're going to see Black Cleavers on Zed, but in this case, these guys aren't sporting a whole lot of defense. Only Renekton, and he only has one item of defense. So it was smart for Zed not to go for the Black Cleaver, where it still applies some healthy stats, cooldown reduction, attack, damage. But the big thing about Black Cleaver is armor. If the other team has armor, you want to cleave through that armor with Black Cleaver. So let's see. So the Mortal Reminder will reduce healing, so his ultimate and his attacks, his subsequent attacks, and his attacks afterwards will do them in. They won't be able to heal out of the thing. And it looks like Zed was going for some kind of critical strike movement speed. I'm not exactly sure what he's building into. I'm not sure if this is totally necessary. He probably would have done better with a defense item, maybe a Guardian Angel or something, but I think this is plenty of damage. And then he's got Boats of Mobility, and this is kind of like whatever you think you need. And I can see lots of situations where you could need Boots of Mobility. He could have gone Swifties because of the price reduction. He could have gone Lucidity Boots for the cooldown reduction. There's lots of arguments, and Boots of Mobility is still good. It's a fine pick. There's not too much to say about Vayne. She went for the Blade of the Rune King, and then the critical strike build. And it's pretty much no defenses. If she felt like she was dying too much to the Shako or something, it might have been prudent to get a Garden's Angel. But that's up to her, depending on how. I'm not really sure because I wasn't paying too much attention. I know Shako got her in the bot lane, so it might have been good to carry some wards with her, or some way of protecting herself against the Shako. But sometimes that's difficult, but the build's fine. If she was finding herself getting killed a lot, and she wasn't, like, you can see that she wasn't carrying, it's kind of like the entire team doing a good job, and then Zed also doing particularly well. So if you're not carrying, you could think about survivability. So she could have gone through she could have gone for a Bloodthirster or something like that. That would enable her to survive to what is that one move that hits people away? Condemn. So she can condemn someone away and then retreat. The Twitch looks like a standard critical build, and then with Twitch you build Runon's Hurricane, in this case to affect an entire group, and you can if you catch people out or catch a whole team out, Twitch can stand in the back line and really dole out damage. So that's build is fine. He's got some survivability to handle camps, so he can get some gold from his camps. The Nidalee looks like she died a lot, but she got some support. Nidalee support, I don't think that is too good because of how she scales. Like, if you don't have items, you're not going to spear. Your spear's not going to do too much damage, and let alone you need some AP to jump in and get him. So I think Nidalee, as far as champion select as a support, is a little shaky. But if, I could see where they could have come back. She just needed a couple items and get rolling, kind of thing. The Archangel's staff. I don't know about this item because you want AP, but Nidalee doesn't have like a huge boost of mana. But maybe that's what you wanted to go for. Some kind of tanky Nidalee that could tank for a little while with the shields, and I guess get out. So I'm a little functified with this. If you want to play Nidalee support, I would say go straight AP, maybe some mobility stuff and minor utility, but AP flat and land your spears. Landing your spears is key with Nidalee. Takes some practice. So if the people who do play a lot of Nidalee, they can land their spears if they got that spear landed mojo. The Shako did the best of other team, but sadly it looks like he took their kills, and it can be hard to carry with Shako, but he was doing his best, and it didn't help that our team was so tanky. Look at this, just like one tank. I'm like a hybrid, and you got so 3 tanks against their 1 tank, and Shako, as you saw in that one fight, he surprised me at blue, but I was able to use my utility to survive, and then use my ultimate to get away from this. So I have a lot of abilities to get out of a situation. I just have to be aware of what he's doing. And because Shako went so offensive, right, he had little little capacity to deal with my AP. Now I took care of him. I had the damage for sure. I knew I had damage. But I have utility that helped me survive. Like, you got the Guardian Angel and the Dead Man's Blade, because Shako is about burst. You burst with your Static Shiv, you burst with your Ravenous Hydra, you burst with your abilities. If your opponent's not dead, you're going to have to disappear and try to catch him out. That's sort of like the mentality with Shako. You either run or you try to trick your opponent. The Ezreal didn't do too hot. It looks like he was going Lichbane, Rabadon's Deathcap and Lichbane. Now, because you're mid, it's still kind of, you're pressured to get items that are offensive. Ezreal, I don't think Ezreal doesn't. When Ezreal's behind mid, let me back up here. The build he should have gone is the freeze Ezreal, because it allows you. So he could have did better. He could have supported other people. I think if he went Iceborne Gauntlets instead of Lichbane, but unfortunately that's an item. That's an ability power reduction. So he would have to play more of a support role later on in the game. And this score would have been different. It could have been still 4 kills, maybe less, but that's better if you lower, your rate of deaths. He could have got boots of lucidity or movement speed related boots. But I feel like if you're behind, try to think of your position more of a support position and try to help other lanes. And that's going to help if you constantly proccing Iceborne Gauntlets. But maybe he had the idea, I may be behind, but an offensive way is the only way to go, I figure. So it's debatable, but I think the defensive way and then supporting other people was a better option, possibly. And then Renekton did pretty bad in lane. It looks like he went for his Ravenous Hydra first. And if you're having trouble in lane, don't go for your Ravenous Hydra first, because it's going to get you more behind. And he should have gone for like a Triforce item like Phage, and after Phage you can get some life. You almost kind of want to mirror your opponent, but you want to get life, like like a dead man's plate, and you want to get some life steal. But with Renekton, you already have your abilities to steal life. So in this case, because he was behind, he shouldn't have gotten his Ravenous Hydra. Maybe he got his Random Omen first, but I don't think so. He should have delayed his Ravenous Hydra and got Phage to get in and out of situations quickly with that movement speed passive. That really makes a difference. Maybe some lifesteal so he can sustain, and then build health so you can survive. I feel, but yeah, that would even if you couldn't beat Irelia, that would allow you to survive more, get more farm, and possibly be a little more relevant in the rest of the game. Oh, it's always like well, anyway, let's try to, yeah, I critiqued some of these things. It always seems like, well, it can't always seem like I critique the enemy more so than us. But anyway, this is ArchAcadia. I hope you guys enjoy this episode, and I will see you next time.